Good morning. It is another beautiful morning here at the farmhouse. We're going to be working on tearing up some flooring so we can get all of the floor up, the subfloor up, the floor joist up, and then we're going to redo it like over here. Over here we put in new floor joist and then a new subfloor, and it is so nice. We did that area first because that is a crawl space. So we pulled that area up, gutted it all out, put a new rim joist in, put floor joist in. Then we had them come in spray foam, and that is all spray foam. We got a vapor barrier down. We spray foam the office. So the whole house is gutted except for the floors now. And now we're going to tear out the floors in sections. So this area is done. We got like a 2-foot wide area that needs to get covered with flooring, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to continue tearing out all the flooring in here, put a new rim joist, level everything off because as of right now, stuff is not level. And then put a floor joist in, and then we can go ahead and get the subfloor in, which will be nice. But then also there's little things like this we need to fix. This main beam right here is high on this end, a little low on that end, which is fine that it's low. But where it's high, we're going to have to plane this down. And it's not going to mess up the structuralness of the house because that is sitting on a foundation wall. So I'm not sure why they poured it that way, but they did. So we're just going to plane it down. It goes from like here to there. So 4 or 5 feet that we'll have to plane down. Like it's like a 1/2 inch over there to 1 inch. So we'll get that all planed down once we get our rim joist on. We'll make sure the rim joist is level with this over here. Same with the outer side. Like this is all level, but this is high right here. And there's a wall under it. There's little things like that that we need to take care of. Once we have the floor off and we can see the floor joist, I'll show you the issue with the floor joists. With the floor joist over here, they're all over the place. So the floor goes like this, and it's just up and down and wavy, and it's got a lot of bounce to it. So even when you're walking or somebody else is walking, you can feel it. So all this is going to come out. We're going to do all new floor joist, which is going to be nice. And then later on, we'll have to keep working our way over. But it's nice seeing some new floor joist and subfloor in here. So it's going to be even better once we're getting more and more of the house done. So yeah, let's start tearing into this and see what we find. Maybe we don't want to know what we're going to find, but I think we already know what we're going to find. And we just got to take it out and start over. It would be so cool to know all the different history here and all the different renovations and like what stages they happen. Like I'm 90% sure right here used to be a stairway to go to the basement, and then it got patched off and they didn't use it and they repatched it and it's not that nice down there. And then this part of the floor is super high and then it goes down low. And yeah, it's just kind of crazy. So it'd be kind of cool to see the history of when stuff was done, why it was done the way it was done, and whatnot. Like this looks like maple floor, that's maple floor, but this is going this way, that maple floor is going that way. And you could just see it, it's like tipped this way and then it drops down to that floor really hard. So I don't know when that was done, but it's not original. Man, that smells like mouse poop. All right, we did it that time with leaving it in long strips. It was kind of a pain. Let's try ripping it with our circular saw into a thin strip and see if it comes out easier that way. I'm just gonna do one pass for now. We'll pull it out, see if that works, if I'm better off leaving it in longer strips. All right, enough of the DeWalt. Let's get the big guns out. That thing is terrible. What a difference between the DeWalt and the Milwaukee. That's why I ended up getting the Milwaukee. DeWalt, you gotta do better. Most of the subfloor boards aren't even nailed down, like that one. I don't see any nails in it yet, maybe back at the ends, but this one's nailed. But this next one, nah, I think that's pretty funny. No wonder why the floor was so spongy. Sheesh. Look at that. Wow. Well, we are finding a lot. I am finding a lot of the subfloor is rotted. It must have been wet or rotted when they installed it because the rafters are not rotted. There's a lot of punky floorboards. That's all rotted. This is that board, but the floor joists are fine. And then it's over there it is. So they must have just been using whatever they had for boards at the time. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera if you can hear it, but most of these boards aren't even nailed down. And then a lot of them are like super weak. Like if I wanted to, I could kick through that over here, same thing. I mean, no wonder why there was so much bounce in this floor. This will be nice having a new subfloor down in this area too. All right, we got one more first layer of decking we got to get take out. That's over in the bathroom area. Then I think we're gonna vacuum all this up because it's pretty dirty. I'll have to give it a quick vacuum before we tear it out because I don't want all that dirt and everything in the basement. We'll kind of save as much as we can before we put it down in the basement. All right, let's vacuum up some of this mess before it ends up in the basement. I'm getting a little sketched out walking around with just the boards on because I have broken through in a few spots. Right here, over there, some places over here, the boards are all up. And as I'm walking around, everything's just moving and a lot of it's not even nailed down. It's kind of crazy. It'll be nice once we have this out, a new floor joist in, and some new subfloor because right now, it's a little treacherous, I will say. I'm surprised I haven't had a foot go completely through yet. It might happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Where your turkeys going? Hey, I need some dinner. You'd make a nice turkey dinner. Look at all those turkeys. Look at that. We're gonna have a good Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, gobble. That might make a good Thanksgiving dinner for someone. There is a ton of turkeys here this year. I love seeing that. Brutus, did you bring a friend home? The moose don't think you're scary, mister. Come on, mister. Brutus, come. Brutus. Well, I'm not sure where it went, but I'm assuming it went in the woods up here. First it was following Brutus, then it chased Brutus. I didn't get that on camera, and then Brutus chased it off. So kind of crazy. I've never seen a moose be interested in a dog before like that. And I'm pretty sure it went over here because Country is trying to figure out what's going on too. So that was definitely interesting this morning. I've never seen a moose that close chasing a dog. I don't think I got that part on camera though. I guess it went through the fence right here. This is all pulled up. So it must have went this way and then took off somewhere up there. All that fence looks good. So it must have just went over here and then jumped back in the woods. I just checked my footage. I did not really get any of the footage of the moose chasing Brutus. I put my phone down because I was trying to get him back in the barn just in case the thing started charging at him full blast. And then it turned around and started running off, and Brutus chased it the rest of the way off the road. But it's kind of crazy that the moose was coming towards him like that. And then it started charging him. We came down the hill towards the barn, and then it, I don't know, probably came down like halfway. And then for some reason it decided, no, I don't want to. And then it started running off the other way. So I thought it was gonna get interesting there it was interesting, but I thought it was gonna get a little bit more interesting there for a while. So I was putting my phone down, trying to get Brutus in the barn, and I've never seen anything like that before. I don't really think it's breeding season yet. My guess is the moose is probably out looking for water because it is very dry up here right now. So there's probably not too many places for it to drink. So it's probably searching for water. That's my guess.
Don't go that way. Come on, Half-Life. Yeah, you're gonna go in with Mom. Where are you going?
So we just did the livestock shuffle. It went pretty well. We moved half and half pint back up here with Reba and Black Beauty and their babies. And their calves, so they're all up here now. Then we moved the pigs into where half and half pint were, so they can go in there, they can eat their hay that they left behind, their manure. And then later on, we're gonna be bringing Country and Miles back down to where the pigs were. So that way when it's breeding time for Azalea, we just gotta bring Azalea back over here. So we're calling it the livestock shuffle because we gotta shuffle everything around so we can get everything all lined up for breeding season again. So it's gonna be that time before you know it. So right now I'm fueling up the tractor. Then I'm gonna go clean out the barn. All right, we have a little bit of brush hogging we need to take care of. We've been working on a fencing project. Let me rephrase that. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law have mostly been working on the fencing project. They tore down an old fence, and I want to brush hog where that used to be. And then over here, We have a pasture that we never cut into hay. And it could be a hay field, but it's a hilly hay field. And I want to get more experience in making round bales before I am dropping round bales on a big old hillside like this one. So we're just going to get this mowed today, brushed hogged, so that way it's ready and put to rest. And we'll refeed the soil with what we have. And I'll have some time to grow back up before winter comes. So it'll be some food source for the deers. And I think they'll like that. I think we'll like being able to watch them too. So we got a little bit of farm projects we got to do today. Hopefully we'll get them done early enough, and then we can jump back in the house and finish getting out those boards because they're pretty punky. I want to get them out. All right, so I've never mowed this field. It's pretty tall grass and it's hilly, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. I'd much rather brush hog it for the first time than mow it and bale it for the first time. I don't know if that's just me, but it's a little bit more comfortable just brush hogging. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some really nice grass in here for hay, but we don't need it. And it's hilly there and over here and up there, so it'd be nice just to be able to mow it for the first time with the brush hog, keep the edges opened up, and then next year this would be a really good field if we don't use it for a pasture to make square bales over here. We don't have a square baler, but just like the hilly terrain of it, it'd be a lot easier to do square bales versus round bales. The biggest problem with me doing the round bales is when I'm dumping them out of the round baler. If you're not in the right spot, they're gonna go rolling, and I don't want them going rolling. So yeah, let's get this mowed for the first time. We'll figure out the terrain, figure out how it goes, check out the grass, and then we'll go from there. All right, I got a tree up here I need to move out of my way. It's been falling down. Got the forks on so I can try to move this out of the way. It's all over there. This is gonna get picked up. All right, let's see what we can do with the pallet forks and the tractor. I'll probably have to bring a chainsaw up once we make like another pass down below and cut this up, but we'll see what we can do for now. Well, we were able to get most of it. I'll back up with the chainsaw and make a couple of cuts, but not many. Well, the field looks nice. It's got some good grass in it. I'm glad we did it. It smells amazing. There was a ton of seeds on everything. There was seed everywhere. We got a bunch of clover seeds in there, Timothy seeds. So we reseeded the pasture nicely. We haven't had any rain in like a month and a half, so it's nice to see that it's still green underneath. We're supposed to be getting a little bit of rain tomorrow night and the next day. So hopefully that'll help green everything up. It'll give it a nice little rebirth, regrowth. And I think the wildlife will love this pasture this winter. That's my goal anyways. We still need to get back up over there in the other field and do a second cutting, but I'm trying to hold off a little bit over there, let some rain come. Maybe we'll get another little flush and then we can do some mowing and haying. We'll see. But yeah, I'm glad we did this field. Now let's get back into the house. Maybe I can start harvesting grass seeds all over the place. I figured I was better off doing this first and then going in the house and getting dirty versus getting dirty again than having to sit in the tractor all day. So yeah, let's get inside. All right, now I gotta figure out the best way to get out this subfloor and not work myself into a corner, because once we take this out, it's gonna be just floor joists. So I think we'll start here, pull that a little bit up, then we'll come over here, then we'll start having to work the whole floor this way. Maybe once we start tearing into these boards, we'll figure out why this side's so high. And that's where the stairs to get to the basement originally would have been. And we've got a 2x4 floor joist there and then 2 nailers. All right, I'm thinking these boards are gonna come out easier now. I don't know that, but I think they're going to. Sheesh. It's gonna be so nice to have a straight floor in here. That was not a nail in that board. Not one. Let's see. Is this one nailed down? I don't know. Maybe one nail, but I don't even know. No nails. Just some wire stuck to it. Crazy. All right, so that was 3 so far. I think this one's got nails in it though. That board's a little punky. This one's pretty rotted. She pretty rotted, sir. Sir. Now that's what I call cleaning house. Yep. I think we did pretty good. We gotta finish picking up our mess, but that'll be another day. This is where we're gonna end this video. I am glad to have all of the old floor out. We're gonna have to reassess and figure out how and why the floor is bowed like it is. I already think I know why it is, but we'll shoot some laser levels, marks and just figure out a couple more things and make sure how we're going to do it is the right way to do it. I think it is, but while we have it all open, we're going to double check. So yeah, I get a little head scratching to do, some math, and I don't like doing that on camera. So this is where we're going to end this video. Thanks for coming along on our farmhouse renovations with us. It's definitely a lot more than we thought, but I'm having fun. Buy a farm, they say. It'll be fun, they say. And I think it is fun, believe it or not. This reminds me of the first house we ever bought. We had to tear out a floor in a third of the house while we were renovating it because it was the easiest thing to do. And that's what this is going to be like too. So we have experience doing that. So yeah, I'm excited. Maybe not excited, but I'm looking forward to the finished product and what this is all going to be like. The subfloor I'm walking on right now is awesome. So I know that is going to be nice too. So thanks for coming along on our farmhouse renovation journey with us. It's definitely been a journey. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and we'll see you right back here in the next video. Bye.